welcome back to my channel. Quick little life update before we get into this like quarterly reset, because also it's a quarterly reset. Here's what's been going on with me since the quarter. I got sick, so if you notice I was like off the internet more so than usual. Yeah, I got sick. I didn't get terribly sick, but definitely more sick than I would want to be. Does that make any sense? Definitely got more sick than I ever expected, because I didn't think I'd get sick. But I hope that the new seasons of changing are going well for you and you are happy and healthy. I am so excited to get this camera straight for you. But I'm so excited. If you are in America, I don't know what other countries are like with their tax dates, but the tax deadline is coming up, which I know is probably dreadful to hear in your book video where you're coming to escape life. So sorry. But that means that I'm almost like in... Miss Ma'am. My cat is being a nuisance. But it does also mean that I will be in my freedom era of not having to grind and work quite as much, where I can just focus again on YouTube and enjoy reading and have time to read without like being stressed and overwhelmed and just exhausted. Plus, seasons have changed. It is spring here in the United States and Oregon is on it. Oregon is ready for sun and the cherry blossoms have been blooming. The sunsets have been gorgeous. It has been just a very good couple of weeks. I have been doing okay minus being sick and hating my job. What's new? This video is going to be kind of a mishmash of a few things, mostly categorized as just a reset video getting prepared for the next quarter, but also a reflection of the past 3 months that started off the new year, how it's been going, what's going on. I have not done quite as much content. I've definitely laid off to being 1 to 2 videos a week just because work, really. And so I'm very excited to show you guys like what I've been reading and haven't talked about, what upcoming plans and videos I've got, just all the fun little mishmash things. So that is going to be this video. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me. I will see you guys in the next clip where we talk things. I don't know what I'm doing. The first quarter came and went so very fast. So let's take a look at my reading stats, because honestly I was a little surprised, taken back, and I would love to chat about it because like, what? So you might follow some larger creators who are incredible at what they do and have seen that they have already read close to 100 books in 3 months, and you know, that's just like, that's not normal, and it's okay if you're also not there. I'm certainly not. As for my Goodreads goal, let me look. Oh my god, do I want to know? I have been ignoring Goodreads. I am technically 14 books behind my 150 book reading goal for the year. So that's fun. Clearly going really well. So January kicked off the month. I read about the same as last year, which was 4 books. January is always my lowest reading month, objectively, just across the board. And I'm not sure if it's because like holiday fatigue going into like the busy season at work, the new like year starting, feeling like I have to do all these things and just having no motivation at all to do any of those things. I'm not sure, but I read 4 things. And then February I read 14 books, and I still don't know how I did that, where it happened, anything. And then March I went back to 6. And you know what's so funny is April is already doing better than March. I've read too many books in April already. Like, what's going on? So like, it's certainly been a time. I've read in total 24 books out of my 150 book goal, which, you know, I can still do that. I can manage that. It's been a low start, but you know, things are picking up. I think February genuinely was such a good month for me because I read 1,726 pages, which is high for me. I'm really bad at like sitting down to read, which is something I've been like craving lately, which is great. But I did a 24-hour readathon in February, which really made me read a lot because there were so many readathons happening, and I was so happy to participate in them and like be in the cool kids club of like doing Blackathon. Jan Agaton had a readathon. Thick Thighs was happening. Like, there was just so much going on in February, and I was like, FOMO, I gotta participate in something. This year I've read almost 26,000, no, 20, do this every time, numbers are so hard. I've read almost 2,600 pages this year, which is pretty good, and 60 hours listened. Continuing, not a lot of rereads, just one, which was The Scepter by Jay Breed. Discord friends and I have been reading the novellas leading up to the book because the sequel is coming out very soon. I still need to start it, so we're not gonna chat about it too much, but I have participated in 3 buddy reads this year so far. I've read 3 different book club books and also read 16 books just for readathons, which, you know, sums up the majority of February. You know, that's just how it be. The readathons that I've participated in is Bookemon, which is a year-round one that I'm co-hosting for Meredith, and it has been so much fun. We all have like been doing different prompts to collect different books, but there's also been like monthly events that you can get different special things, and just, it's been so much fun. I definitely recommend hanging out and checking it out. It's been really cool. Also have loosely participated in Buzzwordathon. Aurelium has started, plus the Aurelium all year readathon also happens. Jonathan's Inferno, Blackathon, and Thick Thighs. So certainly a lot going on. The book clubs I've touched this year so far: Lights Out by Sav. Ooh, Riveting Reads, Sav. I don't know why I instantly was like, her name must be in her channel name. Literally Dead Book Club, of course. And the 4Bs book club hosted by Aaliyah at the Library Dweller, which I just recently kind of did a co-host for her most recent pick, Bride. I was in the chat because I got sick, but it was fun no matter what. I had a blast. Oh god. It says that I have read 13 books in series and have started 7. That's rough. My series have really gone downhill. I didn't prioritize it last year. I keep saying every year, like, oh, I want to read my series down, especially the duologies. I just don't. It's a different tab. I don't want to look at it, don't want to think about it. It's fine. Oops. I have been mainly reading audiobooks just because that's about 50% of my reading. Mostly because I'm busy and sitting down to read is hard. My top genres are fantasy and romantasy, and then horror, which is exactly where I want to be by the end of the year. Like, if those 3 are my top, I have done well for myself. That's all I want. With my secondary main genre being romance, which fully checks out. So go me. I don't really care about publishers, but I'm starting to read more self-published. I really want to get back into picking up my KU books and just like really giving them time and effort, so that's good. A lot of my reading has been due to Libby. Libby really does control my reading. Like, whatever is currently on hold or coming in soon is truly like what determines what I'm reading and focusing on, and everything else is secondary. Next to that would be my owned books and book box books, which, you know, I'm okay with that. If that's like in second all year, solid. I would love to pare down like the unread books on this shelf. I will eventually at some point do one of those like physical TBR videos where I show you everything. I'm gonna get so shamed that I don't want to, but I also think sometime this year I'm gonna do like a major bookshelf reorganization, and so I'm gonna hold off till then, I think, but look forward to that. I've only read 1 translated book this year so far, and I would like to bump that up. So if you have recommendations, I have a few on my TBR that like I'm interested in picking up, but nothing immediate. But I do want to focus on that a little bit this year. Mostly I've read novels. My average rating is 3.5 right now, which isn't bad, and I will take that for someone who has not had a single 1-star this year. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Is it me? Is it me? Am I the problem? Because genuinely, like, huh? So I haven't had a 5-star. And if you're curious, like, Sam, where have your vlogs been? I'm sure no one's asking, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I kid you not, been working on this video ends when I find a 5-star video for like 3 weeks to a month. Like, it's been questionably too long. I'm scared the video is going to be like 5 hours when I'm done. Excuse me. Get your tail out of the way. Continuing on, most of my books have been published in 2023. Close second being 2024 releases. So maybe that's why I'm not getting 5 stars now that I'm really looking at this. Most of my reading has been adult, which, you know, is cool. I still love young adult. Don't get me wrong. If I'm in the right headspace for it, like, it's a good time. I'm not picky about it. So, great for me. As for my queer books, I'm currently about a 50-50 ratio, which I am okay with. Like, if I end the year 50-50 or like higher, more queer books, good on me. My goal would be to always increase the queer books and just POC authors read every year. Like, that's always the goal. Disability I would love to increase, but it's genuinely so hard because I'm a primarily fantasy reader or horror reader, and although horror will like deal with mental stuff a little bit more, I don't see horror diving into disability as often as like it totally could. I don't know. Could just be me and what I'm picking up, certainly. But fantasy, it's a little bit touch and go. As for POC authors, I am below my 50%, which is not great. I'm currently like 40%, which isn't bad, but definitely room for improvement, especially with how few books I have read. I could definitely bump that up. This year, I am tracking my like reading authors around the world, which I think is so fun. I bought Allie from Hardback Hoarders spreadsheet, although I'm still using Compile because I've preferred it. I've perfected it to my needs. I've changed it to what works best for me, but I'm always adding stuff. It's a problem. But I track nationality for authors. So this fun thing that I'm doing, because thank you, Allie, when I bought her spreadsheet, she gave like this graph where based off nationalities, it shows you where they appear on the map, and so that's here, this is what it looks like. It is cool. I like seeing it. I'm hoping to fill it out more. As you can see, America is like my most read country, which makes sense, followed by Australia, and then Canada. Checks out. that sums up most of the publishing world. There we go. But it is really cool that I can scroll over and see like Sudan is one, Japan is one. So it's fun. I like it. It's cool. It's a fun little feature. And then I've read 5 debut novels, and then like most of the authors that I've read this year are new to me. And then out of the books that I've purchased this year, I've acquired 28, including my like book subscriptions, book of the month, Aardvark takes up most of those. I've read 6 of them, which puts me about 22% read for this year, which isn't great, although I do have plans to read a lot of them fairly soon, so I'm hoping that ratio will get better as, you know, we continue through the year. You might have noticed that April did not have a Biblius TBR game this month, because I don't have a TBR this month. Aurelium is happening, which is like, you know, takes up a lot of the time. And then also, I would like to catch up. Okay, scoot your boot. I would really like to catch up on past TBRs that I haven't had the time for, because I truly just like want to catch up and read things that I've been excited for, just haven't had the time because of work and so on. So yes, I'm very excited. That's kind of where my headspace is at for that. But those are my fun little stats. Nothing crazy, nothing kooky. I have been tracking the days read, which is fun. I've read 60 out of the 366 days this year, and my total pages read so far this year are almost 3,200. Yes, numbers. She's an accountant. No, I'm not. Legally? No, I'm not. But yeah, so those are my little stats. Now we can take a look at other things. Upcoming plans, so on and so forth, maybe. Okay, this girl clearly needs her moment, so we're just gonna let her sit here. She has been having tummy issues today, you guys, so She deserves the loving. Anywho, hi, new angle. This is me making this talkative video feel more interactive. New angles. That's what I see the girlies do, so I'm doing it too. She's trying. Anyway, let's talk about upcoming plans for TBRs, for videos, for readathons, so on and so forth. So, as I mentioned earlier, Pokemon is happening throughout the entire year, so I will be participating with that all year because I'm also a co-host, and duh, it just makes sense. But outside of Pokemon, April is Aurelium, of course, we all probably know by now, but I will also be participating in Old School April, hosted by Kelsey over at Slime and Slashers. She does Old School April. What I love about it this year is, like, it is so loosey-goosey with like all of the prompts and everything, so anyone can participate. You don't have to read like old school books that only have nostalgic feelings. Of course it does help, but the prompts are just so loose and open that like you can watch or read just about anything to get points, which makes my reading life so much easier. So that's very exciting. April just recently announced and officially uploaded the video on Books with Lexi's channel, the Escape the Readathon Part 2. This is the new year, new edition. We are going to the Black Cat Carnival. I don't know why it took me so long to remember, but I'm very excited. Last year I was on Team Film Crew and we won, so I will be loyal to the name and I will win again. Sorry about it. I'm really excited though. Escape the Readathon was so much fun, although it's not entirely hands-on, but it's very interactive. Like, you have to be in the Discord, you have to pay attention to what's going on, you have to log your books like when you read them and finish them. It's like a little bit more strict like that, but I really enjoyed it. It's so much fun. It was really fun last year. It's so creative. Lexi has done an absolutely incredible job. The merch this year, the bookmarks, I've already ordered mine, I'm gonna be honest. It's so good. And then summer, I don't know too much about what's going on in June. We are hoping for Summerween. That might be a July thing. I don't know. And those things just kind of pop up and I go, oh shit. And then I'm usually late and I don't participate, so I don't know, man. So those are the readathons that I will for sure be participating in. There might be more that pop up that I participate in, but like those are the big ones that like I will dedicate more time and effort into, and I'm very excited for all of them. As for my content, what I am doing, quarterly reset videos I think are my aim. I think it's more fun to like reflect. I hate wrap-ups. God, I don't like doing wrap-ups. I'm sorry, I don't like it. They're just too boring for me because I talk about majority of my reading in weekly vlogs. And so if you have an idea for a fun wrap-up style, like Jan has a game where she does rewrite, reread, and burn. It sounds catchier when she says it, but she does that fun tag but for her wrap-ups, which like gamifies it and makes it more interesting. If you have any ideas of how to make a wrap-up more interesting, I'm so game. I'm so down. I just get bored with them. Like I don't care very much. I don't even really watch other people's. I'll watch anything else on BookTube, but wrap-ups aren't it for me. So quarterly resets are for sure going to be sticking around. I might not do monthly ones so much unless like something big is going on, because I think it's just a little bit more fun to like get a big picture of what's going on. So what is coming up for the summer? It's spring technically, but summer, it's so hard. It's spring. It's spring, Sam. You got two big months of spring seasons. Wow, wild, wacky. I have a very old reading vlog that I have been reading for so long because here's the thing. We'll be real. I love reading vlogs. They're my favorite content to make, to produce, to put out. They're just fun. But I usually will cap a reading vlog about 5 books. I think that's like the sweet spot. If not, maybe 3 depending on the theme. Big ones if like it's something special, you know? I have trapped myself in a terrible box where I've decided that I'm going to keep adding books to this one themed reading vlog. I've been reading for like a year now because I just keep adding things to it. Like, that's not, no, that's bad. So I'm hoping to round that out soon and just like maybe cut some books that I've been thinking about, maybe do a part 2 later. Like, I just gotta stop investing more time into it. It's not worth it. Like, we just gotta get it out into the world, you know? So I've got some fun themed reading vlogs coming out. I'm of course gonna do like the basic videos for myself. That makes sense. Weekly vlogs, readathon vlogs, TBR games, so on and so forth. I would also have a few of my book club taste test videos finally coming out. I keep talking about them and then they keep getting backburned because I have no chill and no self-control when it comes to reading books. It's so funny. I'm not a mood reader until I have a set TBR for a time deadline video, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, what if I read anything else? Toxic. Toxic. Get me out of here. I also want to do just like some sit down fun videos where I talk about like my favorite books, favorite audiobooks, just like kind of engaging in the community with like love for books. I know that sounds silly, like that's basically this whole channel is just like my love of books, but just, you know, sitting down and talking about it more. Also trying some like challenges in the weeks. Like currently I'm working on this vlog ends when I get a 5-star, which we know has been going on for quite a while. So I've got long ones like that, but I would also like to keep them like a week long of a challenge, like reading 100 pages a day, swapping my phone time for reading, so on and so forth. You get the gist. I would still like to do some of those as well. And then I've got one really fun Pokemon themed video that I would love to get out in the summer. It might not quite be June, but I'm hoping soon. And then also just like focusing on some yearly TBRs that I've fully neglected this year. Those would also be nice to work on just a little bit this year, you know? But I think for the most part, like reading vlogs and a few sit down videos are for sure what you're gonna see from me as I'm shifting again with like coming out of the busy season and getting back into the mindset of like grinding on YouTube sounds so ugh, but like putting passion back into this channel where it's like I'm doing fun videos and I have so many content ideas that like it's impossible to just focus on what I want to do because I'm like, oh, but what about everything else? And so I just want to like hone in on some like really fun things for the spring to do. So that's kind of where we're at content wise. It's exciting. So those are kind of like future content plans that are coming. Nothing that sounds like so fun and special yet because I too am still figuring out what I want to prioritize. I've got time to figure it out. It's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be fun. I hope you stick around. I'm so bad at selling myself. I'm not great at it. Talking about the spring, things that I want to do this spring. I would love to be a coffee shop girly. I would love to be one of those girls that like goes out on the town, takes you to bookstores, takes you to coffee shops and like reads and like works on art and like I want to be her so bad. That's my goal. The sun is out, my car is good. I should use it. I should go do fun things. I just get so nervous. I've got really bad like it's not necessarily social anxiety. Like I do fine talking to people. I can make small talk. I was in retail for a few years. I managed. I don't love socializing if I don't necessarily have to, but I can do it fine. I get exhausted at the end of the day, but like I'll be okay. It's more so like going to a new location for the first time, especially by myself, and not knowing like the parking situation or like what the environment is like, what the vibes are going to be like. That's what really stresses me out. Like I can go to my Barnes & Noble. I know what to expect there. I know exactly what the parking is like. I know the vibes inside. I know how busy it's going to be at certain days and certain hours. Like I know these things, so it's fine. For whatever reason, new places, I don't know. And it's too scary. And it's silly, I know, but I can't help who I am. But I would like to test that, push the boundaries a little bit, and you know, show you my city. I also would like to see my city. I live here. I don't see it, but I live here and I should. So that's like a probably the top of my list of things that I would like to do in the spring, but a few other things for funsies. I also want to do a couple, hopefully, Portland trips. I love Portland. It truly is so much fun if you don't live there. And so I would love to go to Portland. Topgolf is like my favorite activity, as we know. I'm sorry, it's just who I am. But also I would like to go book shopping up there, coffee shops, the whole fun stuff. Yeah, I just want to like get out of the house this spring. That's kind of like my big goal. So if you see every single vlog clip in my house, yell at me and tell me to get out of my house and stop being lame. Just say it nicely or I might cry. But that is like a big thing that I really want this year. It makes me so excited to like think and talk about it, but like until I actually do and put it into practice, who knows, right? Like concept of it is so fun and so cool, but like I am also scared chicken. Who knows? Who knows? Hello. Welcome to a space you don't normally see. These are my book of the month books, and this is my horror thriller shelf. They're always in like this dark corner, so I don't really come down here. Also like craft paper for arts and crafts. And then dresser drawers with more craft stuff. Welcome to my life. This is my little hoarder's corner. But this right here, you can barely see, is my TBR cart, where I keep the books that I'm currently in the middle of. I just started this today. This is Delicious Monsters. So far so good. I'm like 2 chapters in. I don't think that I care. Is her name Brittany? I feel like I could be making that up. No, it is Brittany. I'm on chapter 3. I don't know if I love Brittany's character as like this big YouTuber with like corporate America behind her. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I am really excited. This is YA horror and I love horror. The cover is beautiful. It seems spooky. I'm excited. It is what it is. So yeah, this is my TBR cart. The top top basket is where I keep all of like my upcoming reads that I want to prioritize and then fully ignore as the months go on. And then at the very bottom is my ever-growing unhaul, because I've never unhauled a book in my life, but I do like to pretend that I do, so I have like a little spot to put them. And then the in-between basket is where I put either books that I've recently purchased and need to sort and put away, or no, that's about it. That's usually where I put the books that I buy and need to sort. So in here right now I currently have this ARC that I received. I won a competition for, is it the Reindeer Readathon? The Christmas one that happened. This is Nethergeist. It's like a gothic apocalyptic debut about a necromancer and these people and so on and so forth. It seems interesting. I am excited. I have no expectations going into this, but I did recently get this. And then I have my 2 book of the months for March, which was A Fate Inked in Blood, which I've already read. Look at me go. I'm so proud of myself. I actually read this like in my recent video, which you still haven't seen, I'm sorry, but I have read this and I'm excited about it. I actually gave it 4 stars. I did enjoy it. But she needs to find a home. My blues are honestly yellows. Yellows take up too much space. What is that? Speaking of yellow, the other book that I picked up for free for being a book of the month bestie is None of This Is True. None of Us Is True? That makes sense. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. This is some of a lot of people's favorite book of last year. This would be my first Lisa Jewell, but you know, I picked it up. I'm excited. I'm intrigued. Will I like it? I don't know, but a lot of people do. And the last thing in here, it's my beautiful Mayfly. I lent this to my coworker because I'm making her a reader, and she also enjoyed it and hated the ending, and I said, yes, absolutely. I'm really excited to reread this. I read this just audiobook the first time for a book club, and then like gushed over it completely, and I gave it a 4.5. Like, it just didn't quite give me that 5-star feeling that I was looking for, but I'm hoping upon a reread with like the physical book, I might pick up on more things that I missed and just like didn't get to thoroughly enjoy as much, and it'll be a 5-star. So I will at some point this year be rereading this, and I'm so excited because I just, incredible. It'll probably be closer to the end of the year to see like what is gonna be my favorite books for the year, but that is a reread coming up at some point. So these are the books that I need to sort away, which isn't too bad. This is good for me. I haven't actually been buying books. I say there is an Amazon box behind you guys of a trilogy I just buy. That was my little treat to myself. I was like, ooh, tax season's almost over and I'm sick. Let me buy some books. I don't know. I don't have a good excuse, but like I'm not gonna say sorry for it either. But I'm gonna put these little books away, and then, wow, there was totally something else I wanted to say to you and I've completely forgotten. So I guess I will just put these books away for now. Okay, so I got fully spot jacked. I shouldn't be surprised, and yet here I am. But I wanted to show you the series that I bought, the books that I purchased, because I have no self-control. Because I don't have to explain myself. You're all readers. You get it. You want one book, you just buy the whole series. Duh. So I don't know what the series is called. And it sure don't say nowhere. Which is fine. But the first book is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. I've had this on hold with Libby for so long, and I keep putting it off because I think I want to physically read along because I'm really excited about this. I know it's YA, I know it's dragons, I know it's Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy's like favorite YA series. So I'm very excited. I don't know anything more than that. I don't know if I need to know anything more, but I did just go ahead and buy the rest. So here we are. The next one I think would be Fury Song. This might be the third one. Yeah, I don't know. Can we petition putting numbers on the spines again to tell me like which book in the series it is? But we've got We've got Flamefall and Fury Song, whatever order this goes in. I'm not fully sure, but ta-da. I bought these because I have so little chill. Here we are. They look beautiful. I'm very excited. I don't know anything, but I look forward to this endeavor. And then I bought a book that I have read, which is How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. IPC, I don't know what that stands for. Gentle approach to cleaning and organizing for people like me. I listened to this audiobook and truly was like, wow, I need to read this 4 times a year, every quarter, to make sure that I'm doing okay. Don't read into it. But this is like a really helpful little pocket book of like how to function in society, and how, because the way people in society tell you how you have to clean your house and keep your house in certain ways, this made me feel better. Basically, it was like, yeah, so people with ADHD, autism, neurodivergent of any kind, mental illness, like you're gonna struggle, and that's okay. Here's some ways to help and maybe make it a little bit easier for you. Some things that you can implement into your lifestyle that just makes it so much easier for you. But also, like, your house is your house to be lived in, and you should be enjoying living in your house, and it should not be like this sterile, clean factory that your parents raised you to have. Like, it should be a place that looks lived in and makes you happy. And I was like, thank you. I really needed that. So I finally bit the bullet and bought this. It was kind of expensive, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the reason I haven't bought it for so long is this was like $18. Like, ugh. But it'll be helpful because I'm trying to be a clean girl. I'm trying to be less mentally ill and keep my house nice. So yeah, that's where we're at. I bought this. I also have another book on the way. I don't know when it's gonna get here, probably in a few days, but it was a fantasy romance. It's really popular right now and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but I bought it. And it's chunky and I don't think it has an audiobook, so we're gonna focus on one non-audiobook fantasy romance at a time or I will lose my mind. So those are the books that I hauled. I'd love to see it. I was gonna tell you next about upcoming releases that I'm excited about, but I'm gonna be super honest, none are coming to mind. I don't know what books in the next 3 months I'm like, oh yeah, really gotta see it. I don't think, oh, see, even my hold for Fireborn has come in. It's a problem. Yeah, nothing is standing out. Nothing is saying, girl, read me ASAP, put me on hold. The only thing I have on hold is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I think that comes out in June. It says 17 weeks, so we'll see. I'm 29th in line. 8 people waiting per copy, so we'll see when I actually get that. But that's the only new release that I have on hold right now. So we'll see. But I'm content with that. I think that's like a good, okay, one book that I don't know if I'm gonna buy. I don't know. We'll see. I'm so hit or miss about Riley Sager. I know we all are. We're all in this weird little bubble with him and it's confusing and conflicting, but you know, it's fine. It's cool. I'm excited. But anywho, I think that's where I'm just gonna leave this video because it's been rambly and talkative for a while and I'm sick and I shouldn't have to talk anymore and I don't have fun cutesy things to clean and show and organize because I spring cleaned like 2 weeks ago and my house actually looks pretty nice. So small wins, small wins. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're excited for tax season to be over so that I can be a full person again and enjoy reading and making content for you guys. And I hope you're excited for the content to come. But I will see you guys very soon in my next video. It's going to be a TBR for the year, so wish me luck on that endeavor. Yes, lovely. Bye guys.